thing that Italian men do where they will create scenarios and love affairs and relationships and a life in your imagination that they do not plan on being a part of is especially sinister.
Y'all, this happened to me. Please do not move anywhere for a man, especially another country. Do not do it. Okay, I get y'all, this happened to me. Luckily, I did not move to Italy to go be with this man. Like this, it is next level manipulation, creating this whole fantasy based on lies. Now, before I go into like showing y'all some unbelievable text, this is not just Italian men. And so that's my mutual. She makes so much great content about the reality of living in Italy and what it's like to be the wife of an Italian, and all these subjects that I see very few people talking about, like people who have immigrated to another country, particularly Americans, US Americans who have immigrated. But her content and my content and some of my other mutuals tries to warn women, especially US American women, who have this fantasy of like, oh, I'll just move to Europe and get free healthcare and fall in love with like these really romantic French men or Italian men or whatever, because they don't hate women as much as American men do. And, they're affectionate and they're loving and all this stuff, and it's just going to be great. No, it's not. Just because it worked out well for me, please do not think it's going to work out well for you. Because I almost got fooled twice into this nonsense. Thank God I figured it out before I made any major move. I moved to France for myself, eventually. Created a whole life for myself, and then I met an amazing French man. That was never the plan. And I think it's because I almost got fooled into like doing the dumbest stuff because of foreign men. And also, even though I do talk about how the violence of US American men is on a level that I have never experienced anywhere else before, me personally, and I have traveled a lot, and just the misogyny and hatred of women is next level in the US. And that doesn't mean a foreign man will make you any happier. And once you are an immigrant wife, you are so much more vulnerable. You are so much more screwed, and you can never leave the country if you have a child there, by the way. You'll be charged with kidnapping. So please do not move for this fantasy that these men are selling you on, because most of it's crap. I'm going to tell you about Italian man, like one of the biggest mind forks I've ever had. But this reported story that I did for the Washington Post several years ago kind of addresses this problem that US American women have, is that because we're so used to being treated like crap from men who don't like us and don't want to commit to us, we think that these foreign men who are like lovey-dovey and they talk about their feelings and they actually put effort into us, we think that they actually like us. They don't. And so a lot of women get tricked into thinking a man actually likes them because she's not dehumanizing them. He doesn't. And for some women, it feels worse than the man who's just like, I used you, bye, man. Like the Frenchman will like eat dinner with you afterwards, hold you, caress you, do all this stuff, la 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 la, and then ghost you forever. So read more about France if you want to know my experience dating and the people I interviewed about this. And now let me tell you about how I almost let an Italian man convince me to move to Italy for him. And it was all lies. They lie. I think men all over the world just lie. They lie through omission, through just outright lies to use women, to exploit women, to trap women. It's almost like a universal thing they all figure out how to do because patriarchy is everywhere. Okay, so I first met, we'll call him Tony. I first met Tony on Tinder when I was in LA on June 26, 2016. And so we moved over to WhatsApp. This was his first message. And I noticed that his little avatar was him with a woman. And they were like their faces were very close together. So immediately, is this your girlfriend in the pic? My best friend, and then put her name. So I'm just like, okay, just making sure. So then, oh crap, it cut off. He wrote, I should really change that or I will never hook up, haha. So immediately I'm like, how tall are you? That's a good filter question. If they're offended by that, run. So anyway, this man comes over to my place. That night, we hook up. He's super sensual. We talk for hours. We hook up. We talk more. We hook up. It's a really awesome hookup. And because he does not live in LA, I don't have to worry about ever talking to him again. No oxytocin, attachment, none of that stuff. That's why I love hooking up with men who are just passing through town, because there's already a boundary around that and I'm not expecting anything else from them. Just good, clean fun between two consenting adults who don't have secret girlfriends. Well, Tony keeps texting me. And I don't mean like texting every once in a while like, hey, how's it going? I mean literally from the day he left my house for years. But especially for the next several weeks, he texted me all day, like I was his girlfriend. I did not know anything about Italian men. I was really not used to men having schmegs with me and then ever wanting to talk to me again. Because that's how a lot of US American men are like, bye, right? Like literally block you as soon as they walk out the door, which I used to really hate because it's so dehumanizing. After experiencing this, I wish this dude had ghosted me because what he put me through was so much worse. So these are just examples of some of the texts he'd send me. Oh, you're such a wonderful woman. The things that you say about me make me proud of myself. Like seriously, some of these men are the biggest kings of king babies. And then he would include little details from his life that made me feel a part of his, like I have to go have dinner in my village and meet my parents and friends. Talk later, honey. Would send me photos. Here I am, back of my house. The dude sent me so many photos of his house, his town, the motorcycles he rode. Just so many photos, y'all. Every day, all day. And when I started to like think, we have a real connection, because we did have a real connection. I'm not used to actually connecting emotionally with men that I fork. Like I had two categories, boyfriend material and fork boy, and never shall the two cross. But I didn't think this man would ever keep talking. So I'm like, cool, I want to visit your little village. You must do it. That's the kind of stuff he said regularly. Yeah, you should come over here. Yeah, you should visit, blah, blah, blah. More pictures. Wow, it's so green there. So this guy also, because he traveled for a living, he would visit LA every 3 or 4 months. So I was like, well, at the very least, I have like a somewhat consistent fork buddy, right? More photos. I'm telling y'all all the time. Him on a motorcycle, him with friends. He always sent me photos of all these guy friends that he had. He even sent me photos of his parents, his house, all the things he was making. Look, I just made this pizza. Literally every day. Good morning, good night, throughout the day while he's at work. He even had me sending him, spicy photos and would jerk off at work. This dude kept reeling me in emotionally, schmegally, all the things, right? But see this, like, we'll talk tomorrow. I'm not in a great mood, blah, blah, blah. Even when he stopped being as consistent, he even had explanations for that. And then I get an email where he tells me the whole story because he needs to come clean. She was the one in the picture. Well, now she is only technically my girlfriend, but let's move forward. And then he says all this stuff about how they were like, he was probably going to break up with her. When you asked about her, I was not sure what to reply. I just wanted to meet you out of curiosity. I was just on a quick trip, just want to talk to people. It was kind of a test for me. Blah, 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 blah. What happened was not planned. Look at this nonsense. I decided to give myself an opportunity, lying to you, stealing my freedom from you in some way. I discovered that one more time, my soul was driving me in the right direction. Blah, blah, blah. Our game has become a wonderful surprise. I thought you were forgetting about me. Therefore, I realized that you don't deserve any more lie or half-truth. Those are the same thing, buddy. Honesty always won in my experience. Blah, blah, blah. Please don't cut me off. I hope you understand. Blah. What the fork? You have a girlfriend? I made the mistake of opening this email while I was waiting tables at a barbecue place in LA. I just texted him. I feel really used right now. I meant everything I said. You apparently didn't. I'm such an idiot. And then he sends all this. I'm such a good man because I could have just disappeared or continued lying to you. I decided not. Wow, aren't you a good man? Of course, I sent a long text back. And then he sent all this about how life is so hard because she's not really the one. I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep, she's not the one. We're buying a house, it's too much. Then I forked you, and then I came in, blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. My dumb butt was like, I'm sorry, maybe I overreacted. I know, me too. Not used to lie. Yeah, you lie all the time. And I'm like, well, now what? Forget about, she is the pack. I'm like, but do you still live together? Is she in bed next to you now? Then look at this. Yeah, but a year later, still reaching out. Are you still cheating on your girl? No, just talking. 2 years later, still talking to me. He told me that they were breaking up because she wanted a kid and he didn't. And for 2 more years, he contacted me. He's now married to her and has a child. Never move for men.